Hi everybody, welcome to Yoga Pants and Plants, 30 days of compassionate yoga. Today is day 6, let the breath move the body. As you spend more time on the mat, you start to notice the breath. You become aware that the breath moves the body, and we'll be exploring that today. Let's get started. Yoga Pants and Plants. 30 Days of Compassionate Yoga is an invitation to journey toward being in the present moment, an opportunity to emulate the way nature lives in the moment. Be like a plant. Don't worry how you look. Notice how you sense and respond, like the way a tree reaches for the sun or a source of water. Nourish yourself with movement and stillness. Allow compassion to flourish for a little bit of time every day. Day 6. Let the breath move you. The goal for spending time on the mat for just 15 minutes a day is to allow time for the mind and body to connect, so you will start to notice your breath, the way that you move, and the focus of your mind when you are not on the mat. You may be tempted to speed up and do a bunch of classes at one time. However, there is a principle of functional education offered by Yoga North International's SomaYoga Institute that says, the slower you go, the more the brain can perceive. Another principle of functional education is that novel and new movements help us pay attention. So invite the mind to find its seat in the body and hear the directions for a new exploration from Donna Farhi, author of the Yoga, Mind, Body, and Spirit, called Letting the Breath Move You. Sit in a chair and rotate your legs to an open position. Let your spine fold over your legs. Invite the head, neck, and arms to relax. Allow the head to rest between the open legs and hands to dangle down outside of your knees. Notice if the mind tries to see how far it can stretch. The mind does things like that. If so, just remind it to sense and feel the breath enter and leave the body. Allow yourself to slowly feel the expanding and condensing and the brief moments between breaths where the body is still. These pauses matter as much as the breath. Allow time to accept the moment. Imagine your bones as if they are bobbing like a kayak on the waves of an ocean. Up and down, stillness and movement. Allow the movement and stillness to be here now. There are 1,000 tiny openings, shifts, closings, and rotations happening in your body. Use your wisdom layer to notice this layer of the body called the breath or energy layer. Observe emotions which arise in the third layer of the kosha between the energy and wisdom layer. You are all there. The body which continues to be moved by breath, the emotions, the wisdom, and at the very center, the bliss where the compassion shines. Your body is able to move more and more as the mind stops controlling the will and the 5 layers are willing to expand, pause, condense, and pause. When you feel complete, gently, ever so slowly, come to a seated, upright position. Bring your body to a standing position and find your mountain pose by dangling each foot down. Pendiculate the spine in the arch and flatten to find the steady, stable pelvis and the most upright, buoyant posture. Step 1 foot forward as if in a ski track. With the hands on the hip creases, bend the body forward over the hip bones and come toward a position where the torso is parallel to the ground. Use a chair to steady yourself if needed. return to standing upright and ask yourself, is my foot comfortably spaced? Do I need to move it forward or backward? Try bending the body forward and returning to standing several more times and notice if the pelvis remains steady and strong. When you are ready, use a chair or block if needed to bend forward and flex the spine like a string of pearls down toward the foot. Do this action 2 or 3 more times. This is again the pyramid pose, which we did in day 5. Notice the stability and strength of your body and how it uses that stability and strength to move in and out of the pyramid pose. Return to the mountain position and once again, pendiculate the spine using the arch and flatten exercise to determine your most steady, stable pelvis and your most upright, buoyant position. Step the other foot forward, as if in a ski track, with hands on the hip creases. Bend the body forward over the hip bones and come toward a parallel to the ground position. Use a chair to steady yourself if needed. Return to a standing upright position and ask yourself, is my forward foot comfortably spaced? Do I need to move it forward or backward? Try bending the body forward and returning to a standing position several more times. And when you feel like you are still maintaining that steady, stable pelvis, use a chair or a block, if needed, to bend forward and flex the spine like a string of pearls down toward your front leg. Do this action 2 or 3 more times on this side. Notice the stability and strength your body uses as you move in and out of the pyramid pose. The next time you come to an upright position with your hand on your hips, lift your back foot and rotate the body toward the long end of the mat. Here you can explore a wide-legged forward fold. Use a chair, if needed, to support the forward fold. Once you flex to the ground, you can leave one hand on the ground and lift the other hand to the shoulder and twist in that direction. Return to the center, placing both hands on the ground or on the chair or the block, and take 2 breaths in, pause, out, pause, in, pause, out, pause. Lift the other hand to the shoulder and twist in that direction. Return to center and take 2 breaths in, pause, out, pause, in, pause, out, pause. Allow yourself time to take 2 more twists and breaths on each side. If comfortable, extend your arm more fully. When you are complete, return to standing. With your feet still apart, place your hands on your hip creases and rotate the hips in slow circles, sensing and feeling the movement of the pelvis over the leg bones. When complete in one direction, change the direction and rotate the hips in slow circles, sensing and feeling the movement of the pelvis over the leg bones. Now place your hands on the small of your back And once again, move the hips in slow circles, sensing and feeling the movement of the pelvis over the leg bones. When complete in one direction, change directions and rotate the hips in slow circles, sensing and feeling the movement of the pelvis over the leg bones. Now find your way to the mat for a relaxation on your back. Fold the knees in toward the body and hold them with your arms. Gently and slowly release all the way to the mat and find a blanket for the relaxation pose. Allow your feet to open. Relax your ankles. Imagine you are laying on a beach near the sound of surf. Relax your leg bones and hips. Hear the swish of surf in and out. Relax your belly and chest with the swishing sound of the next wave. Soften your shoulders and arms, your wrists and fingers. As another wave comes near the shore and returns to the ocean, let your mind go of any determination to plan or remember. Instead, soften the mind and focus on gentle, flowing music. I will bring you back to sitting in a few moments. You have been moved by your breath. It was as if your bones were bobbing like a kayak on the waves of the ocean. Up and down, stillness and movement. You have explored all 5 layers of the koshas: the body, the energy or breath, the emotions, the wisdom, and the bliss where compassion shines. Next time you inhale, gently bend your knees to your chest and wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a hug. Then stretch out long and luxuriously. Stretch wherever your body takes you. Again, bring your knees to your chest. Gently roll over to your side, all tucked into yourself. Resting in this position, notice how your body feels and make a memory of this experience of relaxation, inviting your body to be here more and more often. Keeping your belly towards the ground, begin to bring yourself up slowly and mindfully by placing the right hand on the floor and using both hands to slowly curl your trunk up into a comfortable cross-legged position. As you sit for a moment in this position, notice the sense of air and clothes on your skin. Notice any internal or external sound. Notice the taste in your mouth. Notice any smells. Be aware of all these sensations at the same time. Open your heart in gratitude and honor the divine. Invite yourself to stay in this place of ease and peace with yourself as you move on through the day. Namaste. Now, as you rise from your mat, don't forget to eat more plants. You will feel and move better. Follow us for tips at flowingyan.com.